everyone really bent over backwards to ensure that we were able to get justice for Allison in this case. And we're incredibly thankful for all of them, as well as the jury for seeing that. So very thankful.
Years after she was murdered, the man convicted of killing her is going to prison for the rest of his life. 5 News reporter Bo Russell has been covering proceedings since day one at the Washington County Courthouse.
Kacey Jennings is going to prison for life without the possibility of parole. While prosecutors were seeking the death penalty in this case, the family of Allison Castro says that after 4 long years, justice has finally been served.
This has been really hard. Very traumatizing going through something like this.
For 4 years, the family of Allison Castro has grappled with her loss.
Yes, Allison actually moved here to become a nurse. So there is no living out her dream anymore. This is it. This is over.
After a weeks-long trial, Kacey Jennings was convicted of capital murder, along with abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and theft.
The jury sentenced him to life in prison for capital murder.
A sentence that came despite prosecutors seeking the death penalty.
They sentenced him to the maximum on each of the other offenses, including a maximum fine. So we're very pleased with the outcome and happy that we could provide that for the family.
Jennings will never be a free man, and the family says that's a relief.
There's some relief knowing that Kacey will be gone in prison forever. And like my mom was saying, Allie lives on in all of us. We have her pictures, her memories, so we get to live on with that.
While the family says they can begin to move on from countless hearings and court appearances, Michelle Tomas, Allison's mother, says her work isn't finished.
I've been here over 30 times. I have a locker with my hiking gear and my kayaks and everything. I will continue to do what I have to do.
In Hawaiian culture, bones, or iwi, is extremely important.
In her honor, I need to continue my search because bones hold mana. Mana is your power, and that's not something to be thrown away or discarded.
Michelle says she's on a mission to recover her daughter's remains and honor her memory.
I'm going to continue my mission, which is, participating in this community with blood drives and cleanup, security, whatever it takes to, keep Allison's memory alive, because I will still be in this community. Maybe not so far as looking for justice, because in my eyes, it's done, but I will still be a part of this community, one or the other.
Jennings was also sentenced to 22 additional years on top of life, as well as fined $30,000 for the convictions of abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and theft. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
New tonight at 10, Arcoma has put its chief of police and assistant chief of police on paid leave, and we were not given a reason why tonight. City Council says it had planned to go into executive session to make a decision on the, quote, employment, discipline, or resignation of the chief and deputy chief, but they were told they had not written the motion correctly. Instead, they voted to put Chief Michael Ivey and Deputy Chief Mallory Speaks on leave for 2 weeks.
We're not going to go into personnel matters and what the issues were at this time. If the chief wants to tell you those things, he can. But we want to give everybody, every employee, their due process and a chance to answer questions. We would not want to just throw something at them and say, well, here, deal with this.
Now, the mayor was asked if embezzlement was involved in this issue, but says he was not aware of any missing city funds. Chief Ivey declined to give comment tonight. The council is expected to discuss this matter further at its July 7th meeting. Meanwhile, Fort Smith city directors tonight were hoping to get some answers from local state lawmakers about what has happened at Baptist Health over the past several months. The hospital has closed down several departments and laid off more than 200 employees. City Director Christina Katsavitz has proposed legislation that would require healthcare systems to notify the public about reductions and closures 3 to 4 months in advance.
It's been hard to get information. I think even at the state level, you've probably had some trouble receiving information. I'm told even at the federal level, they're having trouble getting information from Baptist past just a few carefully crafted talking points.
We're seeing more and more hospitals closing across the state. So I think your point is valid.
State Rep Richardson added at the end of the discussion that he would be glad to work with the Fort Smith delegation on developing some kind of legislation next year. Springdale has called for a special election to fill a vacant city council seat. Aaron Huntley resigned from his Ward 2 position seat this month. City elected to call a special election for the November ballot and did not vote to fill the vacancy tonight. According to city documents, the filing period for candidates will happen July 29th through August 5th. Washington County Election Commission will then draw the ballots August 21st.